Hey everybody, today's video is going to be about feeling words, and we're just going to review feeling words using my handy dandy emoji flip book, and then we're going to review how you can cope with your feelings at home. There's lots of different tools that you have at home. They may not be the same tools you have at school, but there's a lot of things that you can use, so I'm going to show you those today. But first, let's review. So we've gone over a lot of different feeling words, and you guys are so good at naming lots of different feelings. So our first one is angry, bored. Ooh, that's a good one. Confident, confused, disappointed, embarrassed, excited, frustrated, grumpy, guilty. That's a word we haven't talked a lot about, but guilty is when maybe you know you did something wrong, or maybe you made a mistake, or you didn't make a good choice, and you feel like you need to tell somebody about it. That's kind of guilty. You're feeling bad. Happy, hopeful, hungry, and remember, we called that hangry. 2, sad, scared, shy, sick, sleepy. Sometimes we call it tired, and we use the word exhausted. Stressed. We also use that word overwhelmed. Worried. And we also call that anxious. All right, so there's a quick overview of a bunch of everyday feeling words that you might hear. So now let's talk about coping skills and some things that you might have around your house. So we have practiced doing deep breaths, just taking a big, long, deep breath in and letting it out. Good. So I brought my pinwheel. If you have something at home, you could use a tissue to blow or a pinwheel and make it go. And try doing that 5 times and see how you feel. Another thing that could work for you is drawing or coloring. That's always a super relaxing strategy that a lot of friends at school like to use. Drawing or coloring, and you could show me your pictures too. Sometimes friends like to use headphones if they feel overwhelmed or if it's too loud, but I'm sure many of you don't have headphones at home. So instead, I was thinking that you could use something like a headband, right? Because it covers your ears right up. Or you could get a winter hat. And I can still hear with this on, but it's a really nice alternative to headphones if you don't have some at home. A favorite, gum. Let your parents know that working gum really helps you at school. So maybe you could choose some gum while you do your remote learning at home. Here we have a sensory bottle. This is just made from an everyday bottle. There's water and hair gel. Sometimes you use oil, and you can pick all the different things that you put in it. And then you watch it. And you watch everything fall to the bottom. And that should help you relax. A pillow. Sometimes we need to squeeze something really hard if we're having really big feelings and we're mad. Sometimes if we feel like we want to yell, but we don't want to be too loud, we could yell into our pillow like that. Sometimes it's nice to lay on this to just relax and just take a break. So there's a pillow. Here is some thinking putty. You can get this at Walmart. This is another favorite. And there's a lot of things that you can do with this thinking putty. You can squeeze it when you're mad. You can push beads in it. You can stretch it out. You could even try to make letters and numbers with the putty. But this is a really great tool, not just to warm your hands up before you start to write, but also when you're feeling really frustrated. Another thing you might have at home, your parents can find this at the grocery store if they go out, or at the dollar store if it's safe, but it's a crossword puzzle. So you just look for words, and a lot of kids find that to be really relaxing. A back scratcher. You can use a back scratcher. If you don't have one of these, you could use a wooden spoon. You could use a ruler. You could use a spatula. Anything that kind of gave your body that tactile feedback it's looking for. Another coping skill that you guys can do is give yourself a hug, right? Just wrap your arms around you and squeeze really tight. More putty. And this is just a bouncy ball. You can squeeze it. When some people are feeling nervous, they just like to have something in their hand. But when you feel like your hands may want to do something unexpected, like hit something or throw something, putting something in your hands that's safe to use will help you make an expected choice. And then maybe you'll feel less guilty. All right, and then I have another one of these just really stretchy balls. Okay. And then I just have a couple other movement breaks that you can do. You can stretch really tall like you just woke up from a nap. You can just say positive things out loud. You can also do a wall push-up, excuse me, where you just lean up against the wall and you go all the way down just like you're on the floor, and then you push all the way back, and just do as many as you can. You can pretend that you're swimming slowly, right? You also could pretend like you're picking apples off a tree and really reach up super high. That's another thing that you can do. You could ask someone to give you a shoulder rub. Or if you have one of those big exercise balls at home, you could have someone roll that on you. So, I hope this video finds you all feeling really well. I know that you're having a lot of big feelings just like I am. And more than ever, I'm having to use strategies every day to help me get through because, well, I'm feeling lonely and I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed and stressed. And this isn't just hard for kids. This is really hard for grown-ups too. So practice those strategies and remember, there are no bad feelings and it's okay to have big feelings. Thanks, everybody.